Now, recently, this young lady here, she sang the Spangled Banner at the LA Dodgers baseball game, but she's singing in Spanish because she wanted to be in solidarity against the ICE raids.
Alright, bear with me because I'm still very shooken up and emotional, and I just got home from singing the national anthem in Spanish at the Dodgers game, and it is the official Star Spangled Banner in Spanish. You can Google it. So I'll just read it to you really quick, but it was officially commissioned in 1945 by the U.S. State Department as a part of President Franklin Roosevelt's Good Neighbor policy to foster a better relationship with Latin America. Because of this, I didn't think I would be met with any sort of no, especially because we're in LA and with everything happening. And I've sang the national anthem many times in my life, but there was today out of all days, I could not. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just could not believe when she walked in and told me no. But I just felt like I needed to do it. But anyone who's been following me for a while, you know, everything I do is out of love, good energy, out of love. And I'm proud of myself for doing that today. Because my parents are immigrants and they've been citizens like my whole life at this point. They got documented really early, but I just can't imagine them being ripped away from me. Even at this age, let alone like a little kid. Like, what are we doing? Anyways, sorry. This is a whole different side of me that y'all never see, but thank you for all the sweet messages. I love you guys so much. Safe to say I'm never allowed in that medium ever again, but I love you guys so much. I love you guys.
I get it, but no. And here's why. Baseball is an American sport. It is. You are in America. And that is true with the FDR. It says, yes, President Franklin D. Roosevelt approved the creation of an official Spanish version of the Star Spangled Banner Good Neighbor policy. In the 1940s, Roosevelt commissioned a Spanish translation as part of his Good Neighbor policy aimed at improving relations with Latin American countries. Official recognition, a translation version known as the El Pendón Estrellado, was officially declared the song in 1945. Roosevelt specifically commissioned I know I'm saying the name wrong, Araris, a Peruvian immigrant and musician, to create a translation that could be sung. This was a deliberate choice to make the anthem accessible and foster inclusivity, right? This action was seen as an unprecedented outreach to Latin America and had a profound impact in making the anthem a symbol of national identity accessible to Hispanic community. Okay. Now, what she is doing, she is equating singing the Star Spangled Banner in Spanish to push back against ICE. FDR was not talking about illegals. FDR wanted a more friendlier relationship with Latin America because you're right there next to us, right? After we done kicked you out. What was that? In 18 something? I forgot. 1890 something or 40 something? But either way, it was just a friendly gesture. Not for illegals to cross the border and come here illegally, because we still had immigration policies back in the 1940s. It was the immigrants that are here legally. She said, I can't imagine my parents who are immigrants and they got their papers. Your parents will never get deported because they are legal immigrants. See, ICE is picking up families together and deported them back to where they came from because they came here legally. So I don't understand what is being lost in translation here when we are talking about illegals. People who came here illegally, stayed here, worked here, benefited off of taxpayers' dollars that they did not contribute to. What is the problem? Now, our immigration policies, our immigration department is so disorganized. If you come here legally, it takes you damn near over a decade to even become a citizen and a whole lot of money. You have to become a resident, get your green card, and become a citizen. That's a process. So the people that came here the right way, the legal way, you mean to tell me that you are siding with the illegal who jumped the line, jumped ahead of you? Because you're still waiting for your papers. You're still waiting for your green card. You've been paying federal and state taxes. But these people come here, 20 million plus under the last 4 years, came here and received housing, received a credit card, received food stamps, received health care, received working permits, committing crimes. Sanctuary cities, which are blue cities and blue states, crimes have skyrocketed in the last 4 years. So you mean to tell me that you felt compelled to sing the national anthem in Spanish because FDR commissioned a Peruvian immigrant to write it in Spanish just as a friendly gesture to Latin America after we done kicked their asses out? We kicked them out. We drew a line, dare for you to cross it to try to claim your land back because you lost the war. So the least I could do is put our national anthem in Spanish and commission a Peruvian to write it in Spanish as a nice gesture. No hard feelings. That's what that was about. It wasn't about, Spanish is the second language. No, there's one language. That's English. The King's English, which I'm about to get into No King's Day. So if you got a problem with that, go back to where you came from. And that's what, not just the Latinos and Hispanics, that's with anybody. But I get her since she was compelled to do it. I get it. You know, and you have a right to that. But stop crying over someone who came here with their children or came here pregnant that paid a drug cartel so that they could be human trafficked to get in here illegally. But you want to point the finger at Trump. You want to point the finger at Republicans. You want to point the finger at people who are pro-ICE. But you never want to point the finger at the fucking cartel or the Mexican or the Venezuelan or whoever Latin American country. You don't want to point the finger at them. You know why you don't? Because they'll chop your fucking hand off. You're safe to come here and sing the Star Spangled Banner in Spanish because nothing won't happen to you when you leave the stadium and go home. But you go to Mexico and you sing their national anthem in English. What? They'll lock your ass up and throw away the key. That's the difference. That is why 20 million people from all over the world crossed that border. And the sitting president and his administration broke the whole Constitution laws because they should have been securing the border.
Dana with the data. Dana with the data.